my laboratory has been doing, that economists and psychologists around the country have been doing, have revealed something really quite startling to us. Something we call the impact bias, which is the tendency for the simulator to work badly. For the simulator to make you believe that different outcomes are more different than in fact they really are. From field studies to laboratory studies, we see that winning or losing an election, gaining or losing a romantic partner, getting or not getting a promotion, passing or not passing a college test, on and on, have far less impact, less intensity, and much less duration than people expect them to have. In fact, a recent study, this almost floors me, a recent study showing how major life traumas affect people suggests that if it happened over 3 months ago with only a few exceptions, it has no impact whatsoever on your happiness. Why? Because happiness can be synthesized. Sir Thomas Browne wrote in 1642, "I am the happiest man alive. I have that in me that can convert poverty to riches, adversity to prosperity. I am more invulnerable than Achilles' fortune hath not one place to hit me." What kind of remarkable machinery does this guy have in his head? Well, it turns out it's precisely the same remarkable machinery that all of us have. Human beings have something that we might think of as a psychological immune system, a system of cognitive processes, largely non-conscious cognitive processes, that help them change their views of the world so that they can feel better about the worlds in which they find themselves. Like Sir Thomas, you have this machine. Unlike Sir Thomas, you seem not to know it.
Okay, that was... Can you make it bigger? So yeah, that was just a small fragment of his video, and he talks about how your mind can make you feel happy about the world you live in, whether he talks about a person who wins the lottery versus a person who becomes paraplegic. If you think about it, your life will adapt, and you will, you might think, so, for us, a bad test or an IB exam. We'll think if we do really well, we'll be happy. If we bomb it, we'll be really distraught. But then 3 months later, you're in your summer. It's not going to be ruining your life. You're going to be living your life. So he talks about that a lot, and he mentions the free choice paradigm, which there was a Harvard photography experiment where it was a photography class, and the students were to go out and take a bunch of pictures and then come back and choose their 2 favorite. And then they developed those and blew them up, and so they had these 2 really good pictures that they really liked. And one group, where they were told that they can choose 1 photo to take with them, and that the teachers were going to keep 1, and that eventually, if they wanted to switch, they could switch. And so they had to choose 1, but they had the option to go back and switch. The other group was told that they had to choose 1, and they couldn't switch. The other one was going to be mailed off to another location that day. That was their final choice. And then a couple days later, a week later, they followed up with those students to see how happy they were with the photos they chose. The group that had the option to switch, they were still in the middle. They thought maybe they made the wrong decision. They weren't as happy with their photograph. The group who didn't have the choice to switch, they loved their photograph still. They were really happy with it because that's what they were stuck with. And he talks about how free choice is the enemy of synthetic happiness, because when you're stuck with something, you have to accept it, and your brain, if you aren't happy with it, you're going to be distraught for the rest of your life. So here's another video. Can you click on it, please?
You can't copy and paste it. It's not.
It's not blue.
Yeah, it's not.
You have to copy it and paste it, can't you?
You have to exit this.
Exit.
Yeah,
Go to
escape.
editing. There you go.